Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. I just got finished teaching a deadlift technique masterclass with my Facebook group. And if you want to get in on this deadlift technique masterclass that I just taught, I still have the barbell set up. Just message me the word deadlift and I'll add you to the Facebook group, and then you'll be able to get access to the recording. And I'm also offering a 50% discount off 4 different training programs through the end of the day tomorrow. So get in, message me deadlift, and I'll put you in the Facebook group, and you can watch the replay of this amazing deadlift technique masterclass that I just did. And I went through single kettlebell deadlift, double kettlebell deadlift, the barbell deadlift, conventional and sumo stance, and all this good stuff. So message me deadlift, and get in, watch the replay, get 50% off 4 different programs right now for the next 24 hours. Okay, so now moving on to the subject of this live, which is why I blew up my business. So if you've been following along and you've been following my posts, and maybe you even caught the podcast episode that I did with my friend and colleague Mike Kurkowski on the Strength Connection, I've been chatting and writing about why I blew up my business and blowing up my business and what does that mean and all these changes. So in September, it was about the middle of September, so it's been about 6 weeks, I completely blew up my business, changed all my programs, came back to square one, redid all my launch strategy and everything. And the reason for that is, I think a good way to kick this off is to talk about something that came up on the mastermind coaching call that I had with my students, my clients. So Eric and I, we have a mastermind group, and on Wednesday we were talking with one of our clients about, she was talking about, she just hired a team member, and this team member wants her to do something in her business so that this team member can support her in this way and whatever. And she's like, was having a lot of resistance to doing this thing. And so she's just like, I feel like I have to do it, but I don't really want to do it. And I said, listen, if you are in your business and you are feeling like you have to do something, there's not any joy in this thing that you are doing, and you're feeling a lot of resistance to it, that is your intuition telling you that you shouldn't do it. You should not do it. Because if you are completely in alignment, then pretty much every single action in your business is going to feel joyful. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, it's going to feel joyful, exciting, it's going to flow, it's going to light you up. It's going to help you to feel like you are completely 100% in your personal power. 100%. You are going to feel that way. And not just 100% in your personal power, but in your entrepreneurial power. So if you are having this resistance, your intuition is telling you, no, don't do that. It's kind of like how I feel about TikTok. I have a lot of resistance to TikTok. I hate TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. I don't want to do it. But despite the peer pressure, anyone else with me? But if you are in alignment and it's something that is that brings you joy, you're going to feel so good about it. And one of the books I brought up for her was this one, Creating Money, Attracting Abundance. I love it. It's such an awesome book, but it's on page 72, around that page. This book is talking about this. And this is a great book, just side note, like this, if you want to learn more about how to visualize in meditation, they really walk you through a lot of that and help you to tap more into the law of attraction and being more magnetic and things like that, and energy and energetic. So this is a really good book. Get it. You can only get it in a hard copy. I don't think it's on Audible or anything. So, which you don't want it on Audible. So to that point of what I was just talking about, and that when you have a lot of resistance to something in your business and it's not fun anymore and it sucks the life out of you, you shouldn't do it anymore. So what was happening in my business is that we got into this rhythm with our programs where we set up this launch calendar where we're like, okay, we're going to launch Empower You Business Academy 2 times a year. We have a mastermind we're going to launch, and then we're going to launch some money mindset courses in between. And honestly, this year, which in theory, that's great. Yeah, you want to have this launch calendar so you can have your projected revenue and all that stuff. So in theory, it's really, really great. But what happened was this year, it just became, I felt like we were just chasing the next launch, chasing the next project. It was like chasing a moving train. It was just, I couldn't even catch my breath. I was just like, okay, well, that just finished. We got to go to the next one. We just finished like the Empower You Business Academy launch in March. Well, okay, now we got to get ready for the mastermind launch. And then it was like, after that, it was like, okay, and after the mastermind launch, we got to like get this whole like lead magnet with freaking sales funnel and all this shit together. And it was just like one thing after another after another. And then with that, we were getting to a point in our business in the springtime where, you know, we had 2 team members. In addition to Eric and I, we had 2 team members. We had an online business manager and a virtual assistant. And so then we needed more support in our business. So we hired 1 more virtual assistant, and then we signed on with a marketing team to help us with some marketing, which that didn't help us at all, by the way. That was a big lesson learned. I won't get into too much detail on that. But anyway, that we ended up scaling. And so then we had this big team. And then what was beyond chasing the launch calendar, beyond feeling like I was just like chasing the launch calendar, chasing the next program, not having the mental or physical space to be able to take a step back and be the creator that I am and create in my business, the coach and creator that I am, and do the things that I love in my business, which is to create courses, create programs, coach my clients. That's what I love. I wasn't doing a lot of that. All I was doing was chasing program and launch and project after project in my freaking business, and it sucked. And then our team got bigger, and then there were more tasks that needed to be done for our team. And so then the next thing that happened was I became just like this taskmaster. My to-do list had nothing to do with anything that I wanted to do in my business. And it was everything that I needed to get to the other people on my team so they could go and do these tasks. And what happened, I ended up being like this, like content robot and task robot. And I hated it. I freaking hated it. And because all these people needed from me was like, oh, Artemis, get us content. You know, we need this from you. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything that I want to do in my business. And I started this business because I love being an entrepreneur, and I love being a leader, and I love being a creator in my business, and I love coaching my clients. And I wanted more independence and more freedom, and I wanted more joy. And all of that got sucked out this year. And it all hit home in September when, our mastermind launch and then our Empower You Business Academy launch in September, it didn't go the way we wanted it to go. We did not hit our numbers. So after the Empower You Business Academy launch, which typically had done pretty well in the past, it forced me to sit back and just be like, okay, what do I really want to be doing in my business? Because for the past 6 months, I feel like I've been chasing a moving train, and I haven't been leading my team. My team has been freaking leading me. And that's not the way to be a leader in your business. Like when you scale and you have a team, you want to lead that team. You don't want that team to suck you into doing all these things in a way that you don't want, like all these things that you don't want to be doing, and in a way that you don't want to be doing them. You need to be the leader and step up, establish the boundaries from communication to saying no to all those things, and you want to lead the team. And somewhere I got lost. Somewhere I got lost with this team. And somewhere I got lost in my business and all the programs and offers and everything I was doing in my business, and it sucked. I was not happy. So even though we weren't happy with how the last Empower You Business Academy launch went, it was a blessing in disguise, because it caused me to take a step back and really evaluate the entire year and really evaluate what I was doing in my business. And what happened with having this team was, when you hire people, they are supposed to give you back your time and help you to have more free time. But because I had lost control of my boundaries with this team and with leading this team, and I had lost control with what was going on in my business in terms of I was just chasing a launch calendar all the time rather than just being a little bit more organic and creative in my business, which is the way I wanted to be. I had become, like I said, I had become like this task robot and this content robot. I lost my train of thought. There was something else I was going to say and I totally lost my train of thought. But it just ended up, the team ended up making more work for me than less work. And I think it was a combination of two things. I think there weren't fully all the right people, the right team members on the team, number one. And then number two, I also think it's because I fell short and I stopped leading my team. And I got lost in my business. So at the end of the last launch, the Empower You Business Academy launch in September, I was like blowing up the business. So since then, blowing up the business in that no more mastermind, no more Empower You Business Academy. Nope. So if you're familiar with that program, I don't know what we're going to do with that. I don't know. But I'm not doing it next year. It's done, guys. It's done. It's a really great program, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that or when I'm going to do it again. And then I was like, what I really want to do is I want to resurrect this program called the I'm Not Afraid to Lift Workshop Mentorship for Coaches. Because this was a program that I created in March 2020, and it was supposed to be to teach coaches how to teach workshops. Well, we all know what happened in March 2020, right? So, I'm like, no one's going to be teaching workshops. So with that's what I had to put that to bed. And then that's when we created Empower You Business Academy. Well, I was like, you know what? Everyone's coming back to life now. Everyone is getting back to being in person. Workshops are coming back. I want to resurrect this program. So I did. I resurrected the Lift Mentorship program. I launched it. I have 3 amazing women in it right now. And I ended up, when I relaunched it, I ended up reducing the price dramatically. It used to be a $6,000 program. Now full price, it's a $2,500 program. And at pre-sale, I was offering it for $1,500. It's an 8-week online course, live trainings with me. You learn 4 different workshop formats, and you learn the business side of teaching workshops in person and online. And you also get the type of mentorship and coaching from me as an experienced leader in the fitness industry on how to teach these different lifts, right? So I launched that, amazing. And then also I decided to get back into fitness and strength training and strength coaching, fitness and strength coaching, as well as coaching, nutrition coaching, and hormone balance and metabolism coaching. So I got back into fitness. I'm still doing business, absolutely. Freaking have been loving the business, being the business coach and the mentor that I am to these other coaches, these other fitness and strength and wellness coaches in the online space. Love it. But I was like, I want to get back to lifting and helping other people lift and get strong. I want to help women like me who are over 40 or even over 35 who are struggling with hormone imbalances. If you don't know my story, I have Hashimoto's and low thyroid. I have a whole story. I'll be resharing more about that. As a result of that, I had created this program called the 45-Day Hormone Reset. And now I'm going to launch that as a mentorship in 2022 to help other coaches learn how to educate their clients about hormone balance and metabolism and when to refer them out to physicians and how to work with a physician when they're working with a physician and all that. So that mentorship is coming. So I will be resharing my entire story about someone who suffered with low thyroid and Hashimoto's and low testosterone and low progesterone and all those things, and all the work that I've done with physicians and myself and all the research and the knowledge that I have gained from everything that I've learned about hormone imbalances and metabolism. So I'll be doing a mentorship for that, and I'll be resharing my story, so you get to learn a little bit more about that. That's coming hopefully November, December-ish, in terms of me resharing my story. So I got back to that. And then Eric, my husband, who has been working with me in the business, we've been working together, he decided he wanted to get back to a job in athletic training. So that's what he's been doing. He's been interviewing for jobs in athletic training. So he left Cirque in August 2019. And at the time, Cirque du Soleil he just needed a break. After we closed our gym in October 2016, he got into a car and he drove it was 5 days after we closed our gym in 2016. he got into a car and he drove cross country to Las Vegas, and he started immediately working at Cirque du Soleil. Whereas me, I took a freaking gap year. I went and enjoyed my holidays with my family in Boston, and then I drove cross country, and then I took all of 2017 to like read books, lay out by the pool, bake like a freaking mad baker. I was baking like empanadas and like cookies and cobblers, and like, you know, I was pretty useless in 2017 for most of it, but I had a chance to recover from all the stress that we suffered with our business, and we ended up filing for bankruptcy, personal and business bankruptcy, back in 2016, because our house was a guarantee on our lease, and that's a whole other story. And I think I've told that in posts and IG lives before. I won't get into that today, but there was a lot of stress as a result of that, and I had a chance to recover, but my husband did not. He went straight into another job, you know, going a million miles an hour into it. And so, you know, when my online business was doing well in 2019, my online fitness business, Eric got to the point where he was like, okay, he's like, I need a break. I need to take a step back. And so he left Cirque, and he's had a chance to recover. And now after this year, for us, this year in business was a really big learning experience for us. It was lessons learned in scaling, and lessons learned in hiring a marketing team, which we're not working with that marketing team anymore. I learned like, shit, I do just fine on my own with my marketing. So it was lessons learned of all that, lessons learned of locking ourselves into a launch calendar for the year. So I am someone, so in September, now we had how many team members? We had 2 VAs, an online business manager, and a marketing team. We went from a team of like Eric and myself and these 4 people, which is like 6 people, to now it's just, now that my husband is stepping away from the business and he's going back to work in his field of athletic training, it's just me. And then I have 1 virtual assistant. So we dismantled our team. We got rid of our team, bam. Because I was like, this is not working for me. This is the person I want to work with, and this is how it's going to work. And then with that, it's also, I like blew up all the programs, got rid of the launch calendar, and I'm getting back into like, even though in my day-to-day life, I am very much a type A. I like routine. I'm very structured. I'm a huge planner. I'm a super duper planner. Like shit on my calendar is planned out for like months in advance. Even though I am like that in my life, in my business, I am a true creator. I'm a true CEO creator. When I have an idea, I want to act on it, and I just want to launch it, and I just want to do it. And I don't need anyone on my team telling me that I cannot do it because it's not in the fucking, I don't know if I can say fuck on Instagram, but it's not in the freaking launch calendar, right? So I don't need anyone telling me that I can't do it because it's my business, because it's not in the launch calendar. It's like, no. I don't want to do that thing. I want to do this thing that I just thought of, and we're going to do it right now. We're going to make this happen in the next 2 weeks, because that's how I like to operate my business. That's exactly how I do my marketing and my social. Like I talked about this with Mike Kurkowski on the Strength Connection on his podcast. I don't have this social media marketing plan. No, it is really, I wake up in the morning and I get inspired and I'm like, I'm going to write and post about that. And then maybe I'll have a plan like 3 days out. Like on Sunday, I'll be like, oh yeah, this week, this is what I'm going to talk about, you know? But that's it. I don't have some big launch calendar. No, I like to go with my intuition and go with my inspired ideas and act on them. And that's what makes my business most effective. And I'm not saying that I don't have a plan. Yeah, I generally have a plan with what's happening the rest of this year and what's going to happen early next year generally. But like, if I want to change something in the launch calendar because I had this inspired idea for this program, I'm going to freaking change it because I'm going to launch that program because I'm inspired and excited about that. And if you are a business owner, I want you to tap into that intuition, because that's what's going to help your business be extremely successful. When you are tapping into universal intelligence and to intuition and you are acting on these inspired ideas, That's what's going to make your business successful, and not being locked into this very structured, rigid launch calendar, not allowing your team to just run you into the ground because you don't know how to lead them. No, you need to lead them, right? So that's pretty much what's going on here. Eric and I blew up our business. My husband is moving on and he's going to go back to his field of athletic training. Empower You Online Coaching is all me. I am doing strength, fitness, nutrition, hormone balance, metabolism coaching, and business coaching and mentorships. And that's what's up. So I just wanted to share this with all of you in a live. I will repost this as a video so you can all tune into it if you missed it. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going down. And the lesson learned for all of you is, if you are a business owner, just make sure that you always have joy in your business. You always feel joyful and happy and motivated and inspired. And the second that you're not, or if there's something that's causing you to feel resistance or loathe or procrastinate about, then it needs to go, because that's your intuition telling you it needs to go. It's not aligned with you. Have a great, great weekend. And I will be back on here real soon. And please lift some heavy shit for me, all right? Okay, bye everybody. I'll see you later.